Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Got by 2009. I know I had already put some out, but I do want to do this one for y'all. I'm gonna do a couple more for y'all because I do nothing for a week or two, so I'm gonna knock out quite a few videos today. So I hope y'all enjoy it. I know I always talk about the Scorpio man, but I want to definitely get the information out about what to expect when you're dealing with because you know once you understand the foundation and the blueprint of the Scorpio child, then it will make a lot of sense how to deal with the Scorpio man because our foundation. So I'm gonna start breaking this down a little bit for y'all. Y'all give me a second to straighten everything out like I always do. And y'all make sure y'all like the video as y'all into the chat room. I appreciate it. Just getting everything set up. Okay. Go into it a little bit about my childhood, then I'll go into the details about, your child. Even as a child, I was always extremely out of the norm of what you expect for a child. Um, I was already, reading very difficult books that were more adult oriented at an early age. I was already very fascinated with the realization of life and the things that you have to face later on as an adult. I was already seeing that and noticing that. Like I already, as Scorpio children, we notice things and take notice of things that are more adult situations, and we understand the realization of them and the seriousness of them. Even as at the age of 7, 6 years old, Scorpio child can have more what will I call it, more maturity. They are very extremely mature and extremely driven even as a child. I was always like even as kids like we are magnetic and very alluring to people, and like I was the type of kid where like grown men would come up to me, they would start talking about because we are very good listeners. Even as a child, most children will have short attention spans and really don't understand too much of anything. Like we will sit there and I would sit there and listen to them. They would just talk to me. I was just this young little boy, and these grown men would come up to me and be like, using me almost as a shoulder to lean on. They start telling me about their situations with their wife and kids, and when I get grown, don't be in a rush to get married, don't have kids early, and they will put this on me as a 7 year old child, and I don't think of it as weird or anything because I understand that we all need somebody to lean on and pour our souls out to at times. We need that biased opinion or that biased listener that definitely take us seriously and definitely nurture the situation. And even as a child, we are very understanding and we listen very closely and we ask a whole lot of questions. We're extremely curious and we don't want to hear the kitty broken down answer. Even if the adult give us you know um, a quick answer just to get rid of us, we'll go and research it ourselves. I'll go to the library even as children and try to find out the grown adult answer so we can figure out what is the core of the situation. Even as children, we're very nosy. We're very we investigate everything, even as kids. We're that Scorpio children are those type of children that will go under your bed and find your porno collection and watch every last movie you have and and soak it all in and won't and we'll put it back perfectly in the same place neatly as though you they never touched it. They the ones that will rock your jewelry and put your big diamond chain on while you're at work and have it back by the time you get back. We're very mischievous. They're very sneaky. They the type that peek in the girls, but they can be real naughty. This is not for the younger children, but that's for like when they start getting to the ages of 12, 10 to 13, I say that's when they real mischievous. We get really mischievous. We the type that, we start, kids, and when they start getting to their adolescence, they automatically start getting interested in the opposite sex, girls and things of that nature. But we a little bit more extreme, even as children. Like we the kids that, you know, act like we accidentally walk into the girls' bathroom, just so we can see a, titty, see something, like we'll do something like tag you in it, smack you on your ass, like do stuff like we don't realize what we're doing, but we really know what we're doing. But they're very silent, um, which can be which is a red alert. If your Scorpio child start getting silent on you, you need to really find out what's going on because um at an early age, like I said, we exposed to a lot of things and we learn a lot about the realization of life. So will be dangerous for a young child to endure, during that age time. We will jump into it with both feet when it comes to, trying out alcohol, trying to have sex, crowd, hanging with guys twice our age. Like we those type of kids that you really have to watch out for. We can be real knuckleheads at a child because most of most of us as children, we are still on that lizard stage, of course, because we're not mature, we're not grown. So a lot of children are still on that. Of course, the Scorpio child is going to be on that lizard stage because they're grown and matured yet. So of course, they're going to be jealous of their other siblings. They're not going to like you giving a bunch of attention to one child and they don't feel like they're getting enough. Um, that's the thing you really have to watch out for. Do not throw them to the side as though he's just a kid. I'll deal with it on my own time and my own comfort level. No, it's not going to work with a Scorpio child because you really have to pay close attention. You have to nurture them as a child. You have to pay close attention to them. You have to really keep your fist. You got to keep your iron fist on them, so to say, because they can be very mischievous. They can be very sneaky. They can be they like a Scorpio boy. The best representation of it in the animation level, I would say, would be like a Dennis the Menace. That's a Scorpio child, like the mischievous, curious, crazy child that always doing something crazy. That's us. We are Dennis the Menace. We are those type of kids. We the type that take the cat and throw it on the old man just so he can have damn near have a heart attack because we are mischievous. We're bad at that age. We're badass. We're hard headed, little knucklehead, little bastards. So you really have to watch us. We even the ones that are very quiet can be very controversial in the things they do. Like we the type of child that will ask inappropriate questions. We're not doing it because it's inappropriate. We're doing it because, just like I said, we're very curious. They're curious, just like the Scorpio man. So Scorpio child will ask, what like they like how a woman, if her like she gets turned on, she gets aroused, then her what you call it get hard or whatever. A Scorpio child will ask like, hey, why are your nipples showing through your shirt? Why is that happening? And we'll do it in front of everybody, and we'll end up getting our ass whipped by our mom or dad. But we still gonna want to know the answer. We might even ask the same thing again. We the type of child that will do something until you have to nail that nail through our head to make us understand. We hard headed children, very hard headed children, and I'm sorry, we're very hard-headed children, so you have to watch after us. Um, we're very they're very recluse. Even as a child, we're very recluse. They have their own quiet zone. They need their own quiet space. They're, they're the type of children that will go into a corner while the children are over here, might be playing video games or something. He might be in the corner, quiet, reading a book. You know what I'm saying? Just in his own zone. Doing, just doing Scorpio children things. We're very artistic. We indulge. Scorpio children have a tendency to indulge in a particular creative art, whether it's drawing, writing poetry. We just like creating our own little world, our own little zone as a child. And like a lot of the men that I hear about, like different ladies telling me about y'all different Scorpios and things of that nature, like a lot of it has to do a lot of these difficult um chaotic situations with the Scorpio man you're dealing with is a lot of it has to do unfortunately with his childhood. The childhood of a Scorpio determines the future of a Scorpio man, which is pretty much anybody, but it really, really stands on Scorpio man because if we don't have a close relationship with our mothers or our father at a young age, or we don't have that nurturing love and care at a young age, they can come very, very vindictive, very bitter, very dark, very untrusting, very resistant to letting people in their lives, very resistant to love, very resistant to forgive, very resistant to change and for the better and making their lives better. And it takes a toll on you. It can take a toll on you because that's an enormous space to fill. It's an incredibly enormous space to fill. You know, so you really, really have to nurture the child, a Scorpio child, at a very young age. You cannot put them on a back burner. They're not the type of child you can throw at grandma. Even if you throw them at grandma, you one of those parents that throw them at grandma's house all the time and throw them at your sister's house or at the babysitter house all the time. They even though you think, oh, he's a child, he don't care where he at, as long as he's having fun. No, they're not those type of children where you could just fling from here to there and it won't affect them. We have an elephant memory as a child because I remember things in my childhood like as though I was vividly seeing it right now, and they will hold on to that. They will hold on to that. They will remember that my mother used to always beat me, or that my mother used to always throw me up from here to there. My mother was always with different men. My mother was always mean. We remember that. Whatever you do to a Scorpio child as a child, they will remember that. They will hold on to it. And so you better leave a very good impression. You better do your best when you raising a Scorpio child because it can have a detrimental effect. It can have an extremely detrimental effect because if they're not close with their mothers, they can go and demonstrate violent behavior and look for try to find that same relationship. I try to find that same kindle of love within different females, and that's a hard love to find. A motherly love is hard to find, so they might run for the rest of their life trying to find that love that might not even be out there. And it's a sad case, but that's the realization. That's why you have to treat a Scorpio child with care, and because it can have a detrimental effect on their future. um Make sure I didn't forget any facts. We understand the tragedies and the realizations of life at an early age. We are like when my uncle died and my sister died and different things like that. I realized that she's gone, she's not coming back, and that I have a mother and a sister, and I have to stand strong. I'm the male child, so I had to stand strong. I got to be the best that I can be in order to hold on strong. I realized even at the age of 8, I have to stand strong and people leave this world. Like at the age of 5 years old, I had seen a man burn alive and his flesh fall from his bones. You know what I'm saying? And one day I'll show y'all some pictures of of my face, of how I was looking during that period of time. I had this look of shell shock in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? We see, we I don't know why, but it seems like we see the most tragic, most extreme situations, even as a child, stuff that children are not really supposed to be exposed to and go through, whether it's being abused, beaten, it's we go through stuff like that. A lot of Scorpio children have a lot of scars and bumps and bruises at an early age, and it does affect us. I was already seeing people get murdered and getting robbed and things like that nature at the age of, what I'm saying, as a child, and it really did, have a shell shock on me for a long time. Maybe even to this day, I don't, but I'm more able to turn it into positive energy in my adult life than reacting to it negatively in my adolescence. So I hope that I made that clear. So I'll move on to the next fact, because this is very important, because a lot of people don't really ever talk about this, but it's extremely important, because if you don't understand Scorpio child, you're gonna be completely lost about the Scorpio grown man. You're gonna be completely lost. Even as children, we keep everything hidden. And just like I was telling you, you have to watch out for that, because it can be something, we can be hiding something very deep and very very important. And if you don't find it out, it can have an effect on a whole lot of aspects of your child's life. And you don't want to be that person that they put in the dark, or that they leave in the dark. You don't want to be that parent that scalds at them about everything. If you one of those parents that scalds at kids about everything because they are kids, and you feel like you as an adult have the right to do that, best I can understand that, trying to be a disciplinary. But a Scorpio child will realize this and realize it's a lost cause to come to you, pour their heart out to you, or even express themselves to you, because you're going to give them that regular, I'm trying to be a harsh parent, authority figure bullshit, and they'll accept that. We'll accept that, and we'll realize that. Just like I said, we even as children, we are not naive, and we understand realizations of life that most adults don't even understand. We will realize that, okay, if I express myself to my parents, they're just gonna judge me. They're just gonna give me bullshit, and they're just gonna give me the runaround, and they will become silent. They will become recluse, and they won't share anything with you. The only thing they will tell you is the regular, everyday, blah 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 stuff that they just don't care about telling you about. They just whatever they'll tell you about that. But anything of importance to the heart and to that they hold deep in their soul, they're not gonna reveal that to you. You could be their mother and their father. Even as children, they'll keep it hidden from you, because they realize it's a waste of their time to reveal themselves to you, because even they realize, even though they realize adults don't know everything. Even as children, we realize adults don't know everything. Adults are flawed. Adults do a lot of fucked up shit. Adults contradict themselves. A lot of adults are hypocrites. A lot of adults don't practice what they preach, and we observe that as children. We realize that, and once we see that you're not practicing what you're preaching, we'll challenge your authority. We'll become very rebellious, and we'll do what the hell we want to do. You can beat us until we pass out. We will not follow you and listen to you, because we realize that you're all talk. You're a hypocrite. You're not a real authority figure that to be taken respectfully, because you don't practice what you preach. You don't do what you say you're going to do, and the child won't take you seriously. So I'm gonna go down to the next fact. Don't let them become secretive. I'm gonna repeat that again. Don't let the Scorpio child become secretive, because that will become very very bad situation. Um, because I had that type of situation growing up, and I was a knuckle. I started becoming a knucklehead. I started, indulging in stuff. Just like I said, we indulge in stuff early, so I was already in the streets, as in 13 years old, hanging out with gangs. You know, uh, I was what you would call the crash dummy as a child. I was what you would call the crash dummy on my streets. Like, I was the kid that they knew that wasn't scared to ride with the shotgun pump in his lap, because my big homie told me I had to do it, and even though I realized I didn't have to do it because I was young, and they would have just easily let me out to do whatever. I'm like fuck that. I'm tough as you guys, if not even tougher. I'm smarter than y'all. I understand what's going on. Like I was given authority that most of the kids older than me wasn't given in the streets because I wasn't scared that we can become very reckless and very ruthless at a very young age if not given the right guidance, not given the right direction, not given the right love. So make sure you guide the Scorpio child at an early age because if you don't, any we will find an outlet to put our passion and our charisma into, and whoever accepts us, we will follow them. They could be the most craziest, wildest group of people, but if they accept us and understand us, we will roll with them. We will roll with them to the death. So you better be that person that they depend on. You better be that group. You better be that homeboy. You better be everything to them because if you're not, they will find somebody to replace mom and dad with. So I'm just giving you a warning. Yes, they are extremely sensitive as children. We're extremely sensitive. We take things to heart. I remember, we're very sentimental. I remember everything. Like I hold on to stuff. I wish I wasn't like that, but we hold on to stuff. Oh, hey, real. I ain't. Y'all have to be having some names. I thought I had a name on me. I didn't think this was gonna be this long because you would think a child went, but this is very important. So I gotta go ahead and do this. They're very sensitive. They will give their parents the silent treatment. We will become silent when you hurt our feelings and you do something to us. We will become silent. We're not one of those children that you spank us, you scold, yell at us, and we jump into your arms an hour later. We might not talk to you for a couple of weeks at a time. We might not even we might always look at you in a crazy type of way. If you do something very ruthless and very mean-hearted, even though you are an adult and though you're a parent and have this authority figure label on you. If we know you're doing something that's blatantly wrong and we know in our heart that's blatantly wrong, we will keep it to ourselves, even as children. I mean, small children. We will keep it to ourselves. We will soak it in, and we will remember that, and we will deal with you with a long handled spoon. Even as a child, we will do that. We will shun you. We would we would throw shade at you. We would throw more shade on you than Prince in 1984. We won't give a fuck. We will be very nasty. We will be very uh disrespectful. We will be very rebellious children if you do something very mean spirited to us as a child. So beware of that. Y'all make sure y'all like too, man. Y'all don't be them type of people that just be watching and soaking in everything and then don't like the damn video. Make sure you like the video, okay? I'm just playing with y'all. But for real, y'all like the video, man. Before I get mad. Dominique Marshall. Hey, what up, Dominique? I'm just talking about Scorpio children and how to deal with Scorpio children because a lot of people need to know this, man. And I'm trying to make sure they understand that clearly. And I'm gonna repeat again, like the video, like the damn video. Don't just be watching it and soaking up all this knowledge and then don't like the video, man. Like, come on. Like the video. Damn it. Don't make me start acting out my Scorpio shell. Don't make me go steep down to the lizard. You gonna make me start acting like a damn lizard. Acting like a low level Scorpio, start getting nasty. Okay. Let me see. Reassurance is important when you're dealing with the Scorpio child because a lot of us, even as children, we're very critical of ourselves. We feel like we we have a lot to prove. We feel like we have a lot to succeed. We have a lot to live up to. We feel like a lot of times we don't live up to our parents' expectations or up to our peers' expectations. So you, as being their mother or father, you have to reassure them, let them know that you love them no matter what. Let them know that you support them. Let them know that you see their efforts. Let them know that you love them for the little stuff that they do. Let them know you love them for being your child. You appreciate them in your life because even though you think, oh, it's a child, they're not like regular children. We're not like regular children. We take things very sentimental. We're very serious, even as children. So make sure you reassure them. Make sure you let them know you love them. Make sure you let them know, hey, I appreciate you. If they help you get your shoes out the closet, and you know what I mean, help brush mommy hair, and he's a little child, let him know, give him a kiss and a hug, let him know I love you, I appreciate you doing that for mommy or daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because if you one of those type of parents that throw them to the side and don't really appreciate nothing and really don't show that your child love, are not very outwardly affectionate, they will see that. They won't never say nothing about you, but we will see that because even at the times where I would feel like my mother wasn't affectionate enough because just like I told you, she was a Aquarius, so they're not always the most outwardly affectionate people, and a lot of times I would feel that emptiness, and they will a Scorpio child will act out and rebel, act crazy if they don't feel like they're being loved by their parents. We will act out. We will act out. So make sure you reassure them that you love them and that you appreciate them in your life. Make sure you do that. Oh, it's okay. I'm sorry. I love talking with y'all. I love communicating with y'all. I love doing these for y'all. A lot of times I be getting those, negative, like just like I told y'all, like us as Scorpios, we're very negative and overcritical of ourselves, and a lot of times I be like, man, they ain't trying to hear from me, y'all. They don't give a fuck if I make a video ever again, and I be like, I ain't doing no videos because don't nobody love me, don't nobody care, and then I start getting Scorpio, that oversensitive Scorpio shit. And I be like, I ain't doing no videos. They hate me. So I'm like, nah, that's negative thinking. And I'm like, nah, you being negative. You being negative, God, but you gotta go ahead and you gotta show love back to your people. They appreciate what you're doing, so you gotta keep going. Um, we're very persistent even at an early age. Let me make sure I get everything out about this. We're very strong-willed and very intense. Even at an early age, we're very strong-willed. They're the child that will fall and bash their knee and scrape their knee and will try to soak in the tears and hold back. We'll actually go around in the back of a house or something and cry to ourselves just so our parents won't see us crying, even though we're 6 and 7 years old and supposed to be crying because we're babies. We don't feel like we boys. We tough boys. We ain't supposed to cry. Even as a young age, we're not gonna want to cry. We're gonna want to be tough, soak it in. Even if we have tears come down our eyes, we're not gonna. We okay. We tough. We alright. We wipe ourselves off. We that child that are very protective of our siblings at an early age. We're the child that will take a stick and knock the other kid upside the head to protect our friends and siblings. We're very strong-willed. We're very determined. We're very competitive at youthful age. A Scorpio child will excel at many things. They will be very, just like I said, they will be very strong-willed, and they're very sure. They have a very, what's the word for it? They know they have a clear identity of who they are as an adolescent, as a child that you wouldn't expect from a child. So you thinking you have to dress them. I show them how to dress. They already have an idea of what they want to do. You might have to, as a parent, monitor that in whatever way you feel that's necessary. But we do know how we want our hair cut. We know what colors we like. We know what type of we want to match. Scorpios, we love matching. We love matching with everything, and we very sure we have a very strong confidence. We have a very uh, grounded feel for who we want to be. My Scorpio does the disappearing act and then approach me like nothing happens. Yeah, they do. Yes, we do the. And I already told you. Watch the video. KO, KO. Cause you got a name on you, so I'm gonna call you 219. Hey, 219. Make sure you watch my video on why Scorpio men disappear. You got to look on my playlist. You got to look on my video playlist, and you'll see it up there. Y'all make sure y'all like the video now. I ain't all right now. Make sure you like that video, cause I be seeing like a lot of y'all be watching the video. A lot of y'all be emailing me and telling me about all this and want me to help you with that, but y'all don't be supporting my videos. I don't be feeling that. So y'all show that love, and I'll show you the love in return. Scorpios, we mirror your actions. So if you don't support me, I'm not gonna support you. If you shit on me, I'm gonna shit on you. If you slap me, I'm gonna slap you back. I'm not one of those people that's gonna turn the other cheek. I'm gonna turn your other cheek and I'm gonna give you a nice whacking. I'm gonna keep it real nice. I'm gonna give you a whacking. And we're very strong. Like I said, we're very strong willed. Um, they're the type of child that you won't really have to, you know, you won't have to monitor them over little silly stuff that you have to do with like a lot of kids. I don't even say silly, most children things, like a lot of the immature little kitty stuff that you would think you would have to monitor a Scorpio child over. They're not that same type of child. They have an understanding of, okay, I'm not supposed to do this. You tell them once, okay, we got it. You know what I mean? And we understand that, especially when it comes down to if it's little silly stuff, we will try you. But if it's really important and we know it's important that we're really not supposed to be doing that, they won't do it because they know it's gonna hurt the whole group, and we're not gonna do that. So that we're very responsible at a young age. Also, we're very responsible. By the time I was 8 years old, I was already waking up my stepdad for work. I was already making breakfast for me, myself, and my siblings, and I was already dressing us to go to school and catch the bus. So we have a very deep understanding of ourselves and responsibility, and we understand these things must be done in order for life to progress and move forward. We have to hold down and do our job. Um, this the last fact. Then I'm gonna go. I got another video for y'all because I told y'all I might not be up here for a little while, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock out a couple of subjects for y'all. They are very. We can be very selfish as children. We don't want to share our toys. We don't want to change the channel from that favorite cartoon. They're not going to want to give the front seat up to the older brother just because he's older than you. We're not going to want to give up our front seat. Uh, we can be a little stingy. So it's just like any other child. You're going to have to, but it's a lot worse with Scorpio child. So you're going to really, really, really have to teach them about sharing. You're really gonna have to teach us about sharing because we're very possessive over our possessions, just as we as adults become possessive over different things. So you have to teach them. You really have to teach a Scorpio child about sharing. Sharing is definitely caring. You definitely got to drill that into us because we don't understand that. We like, why should I share? It's mine. But one more fact: we're brave. We're extremely brave, and we don't care how big another child is and how overbearing they are. We will stand up to them. We will fight them. We will challenge them, even if it's at the point of getting our ass kicked and going home and crying to our mama. We will take on that challenge. We will fight back. We won't be that child that get his lunch money taken. We'll be that child that gets lunch money taken, then get kicked out of school for busting the other child upside the head and knocking them unconscious and sending them to the emergency room. We're those type of children. Yeah. So you might want to watch out for your Scorpio child's temper because they will lose it, just like a Scorpio male. 219. Let me see how to get under the dark, deep, private wall of a Scorpio. I'm so in love with a Scorpio, and I don't know what to do anymore. I'm gonna give you my email. Y'all give me a minute. I'm just talking to one of my supporters. You know, I love y'all. I take my time out for y'all. You know, most pages they'll ignore your comments. They won't talk to you. They'll they'll give you a like and won't say anything to you when you're directly speaking to them. I'm just not like that. I'm not with the fake bullshit. I'm gonna talk. If you talk to me, I'm gonna talk to you. Hey, what's up? What's happening? Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hitting you with the Hollywood bullshit. It's YouTube. Come on, goddamn, you ain't that busy. Come on. I'm gonna talk to y'all. You wanna be real with me? I'm gonna keep it real with you because it ain't nothing else to do but keep it real. Like my boy BG from New Orleans say, you keep it real with me. I ain't got no other choice than to keep it real back with you. You heard me? Let me see. So y'all go ahead. I hope y'all enjoy that and y'all really pay attention to this video if you have children that were born in the month of November. You got Scorpios. Really, really, really pay close attention to this video. I'm gonna knock out another good joint for y'all. I got some real juicy, good topics for y'all today. So y'all just stay tuned and we gonna keep it going like that. Make sure you like that video. You know what I mean? Be fair, play fair with me. Make sure you like that video, man. And if you want to get at me, just hit me up in the comments. Please comment because I love y'all comments. Um, sure y'all holler at me. You know what I mean? Make sure you get at me. I'll send you my information. If you know you want to definitely contribute and help my page, it will help me out a whole lot, and I appreciate it to help me get some more extra videos out. So y'all just get at me, man. But I'm trying to see if I can leave my information. Hold on. Yeah, I think because my minute is not gonna go. So, but I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna leave it in the comment section. So anybody that want to contribute, I'm gonna leave the link in there. And please comment. And you know I love y'all to death. And I'm about to knock out another joint for y'all. So y'all just stay tuned.